Lots of topics that you can talk about when it comes to preparedness and hurricane preparedness, and certainly pets, a very, very important topic for all of us. Just about all of us have pets, one kind or another, and we have joining us now live is Joannna and JJ. JJ's kind of resting a little bit right here. Just a beautiful dog here, but JJ's going to kind of help us with the interview. If I kind of run out of steam, I'm sure JJ will jump right in. But Joannna, thank you so much. I appreciate you stopping by. First of all, let's talk about who you're with and what you're going to do.
Okay, I am with a company. It's a brand new company opening up next month. It's called Family Dog Central. It's located here in Deerfield Beach, and we are a dog daycare and overnight sleepover facility. Basically, you can bring your dog for the day, just like kid daycare. Or you can, if you go away on vacation, your dog needs a vacation too, they can sleep over at the facility.
All right, very good. And we'll mention it now and then again towards the end. Do you have a website, or what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Definitely have a website, and the cool thing about the website, you can go out there now and register to win some free dog daycare or overnight sleepovers for your dog. It's www.familydogcentral.com.
Okay. And so if someone has a beautiful dog like JJ and they say, okay, I want to drop JJ on by, so what kind of service will they get? What's the ambiance like, if you will?
Basically, it's a little different. There's no, I tell people it's better to plan. It's not a drop-off type of place. You have to kind of plan ahead. Dogs actually have to go through a little interview process.
Really?
Yes, they actually, you fill out a little application, just like school.
Okay.
Like a private school, I guess.
Okay.
They fill out a little application, you call them up, and basically we set up a little interview for you and your dog to come and make sure, basically what we're trying to determine there is it the best environment for your dog. Not necessarily for you as the owner of the dog, but the best environment for the dog. Some dogs, depending on their personality and what their experiences have been through their lives, might not like this type of environment. It's an open environment, so all the dogs will have to love people and love hanging out with other dogs all day long and all night long. There will always be someone at the facility with the dogs, and we'll separate them. Basically, there's 3 huge play groups where they'll be separated by size, temperament, and play style.
Wow, size, temperament, and play style. Kind of how we diversify with our staff here at the Survival House. Now, it's more than just dogs. There's other kinds of pets, so how do you handle all of that?
My facility is strictly dogs.
Okay, strictly dogs.
Yes,
right.
Most cats don't like hanging out with the dogs.
Okay,
but, So I can recommend, I have a lot of contacts within the community. I can recommend other services for people that maybe they have a dog and a cat, or maybe another type of service that would work for them too.
All right.
They need that.
So let's maybe just a general overview for folks out there that want to take their pet to a place. Are there some consumer tips or suggestions on that too?
Definitely, definitely. I actually just wrote an article just last week, and it's going to be published in an upcoming magazine. But basically, it's finding the place and preparing for your dog. All dogs don't like the same types, just like people. They don't like going to the same type of place, or maybe one dog might want to stay home versus go and hang out with a bunch of other dogs. So basically, do your homework. You go, you check out the place. You want to take a tour, and you want to feel a sense of, once you get done touring the place and talking to the people who are there with you, you want to feel a sense of comfort that that's the place for your dog. And if you don't, by all means, I would recommend checking out a few other places. It's dog daycare is very unique, and it's very different at each different facility. So you want to ask a lot of questions, and
yeah, absolutely.
The article will be on the website, so they can come to the website and see the article there.
Give the website again real quick.
It's www.familydogcentral.com.
Okay. Now, I know you brought some information too. There is kind of a hurricane theme to the Expo right now, and we talk about before, during, or after a storm. You had some thoughts on that?
Definitely. What I would recommend first and foremost, even without a storm, is to make sure your dog or your cat is always wearing a collar. Always, always, always. I'm actually, each week I'm with Labrador Retriever Rescue of Florida, so each week unfortunately we have so many labs, just Labrador Retrievers, that we rescue, and a lot of the times the reason why they don't ever go home again is because they don't have their tag or they're not properly microchipped. So I would say that would be first and foremost. The second thing would be to prepare a survival kit, and basically it's just a list of things, some of them very common sense type items, but have a crate where your dog, just big enough for your dog to stand up, turn around in, so that in the event of a storm, you have a safe place for your animal, whether it be a dog or cat. And the other thing, oh, I left out one thing. Number 2 was basically go out to the websites for the Humane Society of, and their website is humanebroward.com, or go out to broward.org and print out basically their information. They have a very, very detailed and comprehensive guide and checklist for how to prepare. So those are the things you can do before the storm.
Right, okay. So there's before, there's during, and then after. Are you going to, if a hurricane should threaten our area, heaven forbid, yet even this season, are you going to be a place then where folks can consider to bring their dogs?
Definitely. The fortunate thing, it took me 2 years to find a location, and the great thing that happened to me is I actually landed a place here in Deerfield Beach, but it's brand new 2007 construction, so it's hurricane ready. I don't want to wish a hurricane, but it's definitely hurricane impact glass, and we will definitely be a shelter.
So
yes.
you are fortified in that way.
Yes.
Well, that's great
yes.
as a business to look at it that way. So what about during and after?
Basically, during, it's keeping your pet, whether it be a dog or cat, or any type of family animal that you have, confined. And if you can't keep it confined, make sure that it's with you at all times. Never ever leave your dog outside or tethered outside. Just is the main things to remember.
Right.
During the storm.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll kind of reiterate some preparedness tips. Because it's the theme of the Expo, and with hurricanes, we'll reiterate several times because we have other experts and we may chat about pets. But if it's an evacuation situation, you never want to leave your pet behind. You never would want to leave someone like JJ behind.
Never.
And it's just part of your family, but you need to have that plan well ahead of time. What are you going to do with JJ? Where's JJ going to go? Stay with you, or be dropped off, or go with you to another location?
Basically, that's another thing. You want to do a little pre-planning for that. If you are in an evacuation area, or if for whatever reason you're going to leave your home during a storm, you want to try, the first thing to do, the easiest thing, and for everybody, including your pet, is to try to find a place, a family member or a friend that's out of the area that could actually keep your family pet. If that's not an option, what I would say is go to the Humane Society's website. They have an awesome resource listing of places where they have the hotels, and then they also have facilities like myself who will keep your pets during a storm. And you just want to call up and make sure and pre-plan, just like you would a vacation. Unfortunately, you have to pre-plan in a hurricane situation. And the last resort, here in Broward County, we do have one animal-friendly shelter. It's in Tamarack, but you must pre-register for that, because it is, obviously, space is a concern. So, and you also have to live, the requirements for that is that you have to live in an evacuation zone, or you have to live in a mobile home. So it's not for all residents of Broward. So you want to, just kind of go through that checklist when you need to leave home in a storm.
Excellent points, because it's a comprehensive plan when we talk about our pets. Anything as we kind of finish up interesting about as far as how dogs may behave with hurricanes or weather events or lightning and thunder? Some interesting latest research or anything?
Definitely. Most dogs, my dogs actually are very calm in a storm situation, but most dogs do tend to get very anxious and be very scared in a storm. So that's the reason for keeping them confined. And the safest places is for most dogs, or even a cat, is in a carrier or a crate where they can feel comfortable and they're in that little safe place. Okay. And then after the storm, it's just basically being very careful, making sure they're always properly leashed when you take them out after the storm, and any other day for that matter. Very good. And so again, how can folks get a hold of Family Dog Central? Basically go out to the website. If they go out to our website at familydogcentral.com. All right. And check us out. Very good. Well, thank you so much, Joanna, for joining us. I appreciate that. And thank you to JJ. Yes. You'll be prepared too, right? Okay.